Hey, when we left our last video, we were talking about kindness challenge number one. And this gets back to something my mom had talked to us kids about, and that was rights and responsibilities. And what she said was, don't get so involved in my rights, and forget about your responsibilities. Okay? So don't think so much about me as I do about everyone and how I affect people. So you have rights and you have responsibilities. So we're talking about our responsibilities now. So think about our school building. You have the right to come to a clean building. And you also have the responsibility not to mess up that building. Rights, you're thinking about yourself, and responsibilities, I think you're thinking about others. So let's think about other people in the building. Let's think about Bobby and Joe and Jenny and Jason and all the people that are taking care of our building. So if we started adding a little bit of our responsibilities, we could make a big difference in the building. Now think about this. Maybe if you picked up like one wrapper, one straw wrapper, or one little piece of garbage on the floor, maybe it doesn't amount to much. But if all the kids in the school start doing the same thing, right, then we're getting some things done. Then it's making a difference. So let's do this for our kindness challenge one. If you go and pick any garbage up off the floor, let me know about it on Google Stream. And then next week, I'm going to go on Google Stream and I'm going to put all the kids on a big wheel, right? And I'll raffle off some prizes, and then I'll send those prizes to Birchwood in the mail from Two Rivers over to Birchwood. Does that sound good? So let me repeat. So kindness challenge number one, every time you pick up something and let me know about it on Google Stream, who you are and what you picked up, then I'll put you in the raffle. And then we'll spin the wheel next week to find out who's going to win some little prizes. Sound good? Kindness challenge number one. And outside of the prizes, the biggest thing is we're improving our environment. We're helping out Bobby and Jenny and Joe and Jason in the whole school. So that's our kindness challenge number one. Let me know what you do on Google. Boom. All right, let's say hello to some of our friends here. So E2, let's see if this is morning or afternoon. It is Wednesday afternoon. All right. So good afternoon. Isabella, good afternoon. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. And on Google Stream, the question I have for you today is, what do you like to do on weekends? Sterling, same thing for you. What do you like to do on weekends? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Thor told us on Google Stream that he wants a drone for Christmas. So thanks for sharing that, Thornton. And I told you, hey, Quincy, hope you're having a good Wednesday. What do you like to do on weekends? Let me know about it on Google Stream. So Thor, I was telling you, we bought Erica a drone, and one of the first flights we went up, boom, caught the tree, smashed. That was it. So fly it in an open space. Everett, how are you today? Hope you're having a good week and a nice Wednesday, and let us know what you like to do on weekends. Let's do two more friends here. Reinhardt, good morning to you. And before we get to our last friends, Reinhardt, let us know on Google Stream what you like to do on weekends. And this is what we like to do on weekends. We like to go watch. Where did I put it? We like to go watch football games. There we go. So right here, this is this is the last game up in Duluth that we were at. So this is Coach Hill from Rice Lake, and Coach Schultz and Coach Cook and Coach Pika from Rice Lake. And then Eric plays at Duluth, and he went to Rice Lake High School. And then these are the Buckley brothers. That's Parker and that's Peyton. And then they both played at Rice Lake, where Eric played and where all the coaches coached, right? But now they played on a different team. So it was pretty interesting this weekend that these guys, teammates of this guy, played against each other. So that was kind of cool. So what we like to do on weekends, you know, go get a hotel, watch the game, go swimming in the hot tub, go walk around towns and visit sites in those towns. Okay. So this weekend is the last game in Duluth. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my phone and just show you a few things around Duluth and where I go walking and some things from the game. But Google Stream, let me know what you like to do on the weekends. Sound good? So our last friend now, before we keep going, is, oh my gosh, Thor. How are you, Thor? Hope you're having a good day. And let us know, Thor, on Google Stream, what you like to do on weekends. And what do we have next? We have, we're going to do our sight read. And then after our sight read, we're going to start talking about the electric guitar and how that's kind of, it's a guitar, right? So it's kind of like the ukulele, like the guitar, but a little bit different. So there's some different things going on. Magnets. Okay. All right. Enjoy your sight read. Fifth graders. So this is Smart Music number 4. This is our sight read for today. And if you remember, the first 3 were on these notes. The Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi. We went Do, Re, Mi, Do, Re, Mi. Now these are a little bit different because we're not doing the Do and the Re today. We're starting with the Mi, right? So this one's Mi, Fa, So. And this is the same as that one, so that's Fa. Mi, Fa, So, Fa. All right? Let me just show you the hands. So it goes Do, Re, Mi. So we're starting with Mi. Mi, Fa, So. Mi, straight across. Fa, thumb down. So, look at your palm. Mi, Fa, So. Fa, Mi, Fa, So, Fa, Mi. Sound good? So Mi is straight across, Fa is thumb down, So looking at your palms. That's the ones that we're doing today. We're still in the key of C. How do we know we're in the key of C major? We don't see any sharps and flats in our key signature. That tells us we're in key signature. This is called 4/4. That's our time signature. This lets us know that there are 4 beats in a measure, the top one. And the bottom 4 means that the quarter note gets 1 count. So there are 4 quarter notes in one measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is called the treble clef. And remember, do you see what it circles? It circles this line right there. That's the G line. So that's why they call this the G clef. Okay, cool. Let's talk about what we have to do to mark this one up. Let's start with Mi's. I'm going to put the Mi's in blue. So the Mi's are on the first line. Mi, Fa, So, Fa. And this is repeating, right? So that's Mi, Fa, So, Fa. What do we got here? Mi, Fa, So. And this is the same, so it goes So. Oh, now we're going downhill. So, Fa, Mi, Fa, back uphill, So, Fa, yep, Mi, Fa, back up, So, Fa, back downhill. This is the same as this and this and that. mi. Okay? So we got mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi. Okay? So the next one, let's do fa. What do you think? Red sounds good. All right, so we go mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, whoa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi. Cool. So now the last one we have to do is we have to do our mi's, and that's everything. Our so's. So's are on top, so it goes mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, and then it stays in so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi. Cool? So right now we're looking at this piece of music. We don't even know what it sounds like, but just by working out the solfege scale, we might have kind of an idea. Okay? So that's what we're going to do next, is sing this one through. All right, so let's take a look at our sight read today. It starts in mi. We were talking about that. Mi, fa, sol. So it goes mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi. So the first thing we're going to do together, we're just going to listen to it. And just go ahead and say the notes along with me, okay? So here we go. I'll give you the first note. It starts in mi. We'll just say the names of the notes. 1, 2, here we go. Mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, mi. Okay? So then the next thing we're going to do off of that is we're going to sing along with that. So I'm going to turn our part up and give us our first note. Mi is here, mi, 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 mi. We start in mi. Mi, fa, so, fa, 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 mi. So the part 2 of this is we're going to try to confuse us by adding in the background with our part. Here's our mi. Somebody asked, why do they play all the notes? Well, what they do is they play all the notes of the C scale. And we know it's a C scale because there are no sharps and no flats, and we're working in major chords right now. So it plays all the notes in the C scale, and then the last note is our starting note. So you're going to listen to all the notes in the C scale, or the C chord, and then you're going to listen to the starting Mi note, which is an E in this case. Mi starts there. Mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi. All right, the next step of this now is we're taking our part totally down to 0, and it's all going to be with the accompaniment part. Starting note. Here is mi. Mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi. All right, the last one is we're going to sing it. No, 2 more. You're going to sing it with me now and nothing else, and then you're going to sing it on your own. All right, so here's our starting note. That's our mi. Here we go. Mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi. Now, this is the last one. You are on your own. All I can do is sign. Here's your note. Mi, mi, mi is there. Did you do that? I'm proud of you. All right, keep it up and have a nice week and all that kind of stuff. And let's see what we have up next. I showed you on a map that we moved from Birchwood, and now we're in Two Rivers. But before we moved into our house in Two Rivers, and I'm going to show you some pictures of the house and our pets and stuff like that. That'll be coming up. But before we got into our home in Two Rivers, we lived in Manitowoc in July, August, September, and October. So 4 months. And it was tough to find a home, so we lived in a small condo, like a small apartment. So think about this. There were 6 of us living in a 2-bedroom condo that was 1,100 square feet with 1 bathroom. Okay. 6 people, 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms, 1,100 square feet. And one of those people, Eric, is 6'4" and weighs 303 pounds. Right? So he's eating up a lot of that square footage itself. So when I found out that all 6 of us would be in such a small place, I thought, oh, this is going to be terrible. And there was some fighting going on. And that's the next song I'm going to play for you. It's called My Sister Fights With Me. And then I'm going to show you My Sister Fights With Me and how I layered that on GarageBand. GarageBand is super cool. But I was really worried that all of us together, it would be fighting all the time. It turned out to be pretty cool. And you know why? We all learned how to get along like a family because we all had to depend on each other if we're going to operate in such a small place together. Now, if we're in a small place and if you have a problem with me, where are you going to go? There's nowhere to go. So we have to figure it out, and that's what we did. But there was fighting, and so that's why I'm sharing with you My Sister Fights With Me. Hope you like it. And I hope you like the GarageBand layering. Pretty cool.
My sister fights with me, we always disagree, and it's her fault. She breaks my favorite stuff, she treats me mean and rough. I say I've had enough, our mom yells halt. So we act like we're friends, but soon the niceness ends. She starts to hiss, taking things from my drawers, making me do her chores, and worst of all, she snores, please take my sis.
And the first thing I did is I recorded the bass part, something like this. And if you look in down here, okay, in the score, what I'm playing right now is being entered onto the score. So you can see this track line following right here. Isn't that cool? So we got the bass in, and then I went to a tenor part. So we'll see that being tracked. After that, we went to the alto part. I'll track that from the beginning, and you can see it on the score below. And then finally we put the alto part together. Okay, then we kind of put those parts together, and you can hear what they sound like from the beginning, starting with the bass, tenor, alto, soprano. So then what I did is I said, okay, I'm going to go back to the bass again, and I'm going to track my voice along with the bass. So here's the beginning.
My sister fights with me, we always disagree, and it's her fault.
Okay, so I did that, and then I said, okay, I'm going to do the tenor part, something like this.
My sister fights with me, we always disagree, and it's her fault.
Okay. After that, we said, let's record the alto part, something like this.
My sister fights.
Okay, you hear it? That's low. That's because I can't hit those notes in the alto part, so I just dropped it one octave. So I'm singing all four parts, but I'm not singing them in the intended octaves because I'm not hitting them. So I just moved it down.
Fights with me, we always disagree, and it's her fault.
And then the last thing we did is we said, let's go up to the soprano. And the same thing holds true here. I'm going to drop this an octave.
My sister fights with me, we always disagree, and it's her fault.
Okay, so now we'll go back down to the bass. We'll layer stuff on and we'll add up from the bottom. So we'll start with the bass.
My sister fights with
Tenor.
me, we always disagree, and it's her fault.
Alto.
She breaks my favorite stuff. She treats
Soprano.
me mean and rough. I say I've had enough. Our mom yells halt. So we act like we're friends, but soon the niceness ends. She starts to hiss, taking things from my drawers, making me do her chores, and worst of all, she snores, please take my sis.
Good afternoon, Haley. Yes, Haley. Good afternoon. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Let us know what you like to do on weekends. Indoor person, outdoor person. Cade. Your name is no longer Gade. Hopefully you're happy about that. Hope you're having a good day, and let us know on Google Stream, Cade, what do you like to do on weekends? You too, Caden. Let us know about it, about it, about it. Let us know about it on Google Stream. Cambria, hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday. Having fun with Mrs. Miller. And let us know what you like doing on weekends. The same holds true for Annette, 1 and 2 T's. I think I spelled that right, Annette, because you told me so many times how often I misspelled it. And Alina. I'm feeling Lena today, Alina. Boom. Hope you have a good Wednesday, Lena. And let us know on Google Stream what you like to do on weekends. Now we're getting to the guitar, the electric guitar that I talked about earlier. We're just taking the long way there. All right. Enjoy. Friends, this is the Pee-wee. And it's a guitar, and it's an electric guitar, but it's not much bigger than a ukulele. So it's tuned a little bit higher. And I just want to show you a couple things. Now, remember we said yesterday that sound is just vibration. So these have the thickest strings on the bottom. Okay? And these strings will vibrate slower. So remember, slower means a lower sound. And this string up here is very small. So that one's going to vibrate faster. And remember, we said that strings that vibrate faster make a higher sound. So thick strings down here and thin strings up here. Now, we also talked about the length of a string, and I said yesterday that the shorter you make a string, the faster it vibrates. And the faster it vibrates, the higher the sound. So listen to the string. Getting shorter, vibrating faster, and the sound gets higher. Isn't that cool? All right, so how does an electric guitar work? Well, remember we said that ukuleles have nylon strings or plastic strings. These have copper or steel strings. And these right here are magnets. And so what happens is the strings vibrate, the magnets pick up the vibrations, and then send those through the amp. So there's electronics inside here that will convert those vibrations through the magnets. These are magnets. And I'm going to show you a little video. It's about 4 minutes and 50 seconds about how an electric guitar works. But this is kind of cool. So what I can do on my GarageBand is I can make a bunch of different sounds. So right now, if you look over here, this says Brit and Clean. So it sounds like this. Now I can change that sound just by clicking here. And, oh, I want to click right there. There we go. So I can change it to chicken picking just by clicking here. Listen to this next sound. This is cool jazz. This is called multi-phase amp. Mystery chorus. Old time tremolo. This is one of my favorites, surfing stereo. So listen to this. I'm going to move a little bit. Isn't that cool? So the high school kids I work with like something a little bit different. So we can go over here to distorted guitar. This is called American Stack Crunch. Ooh, that's going to be loud. Isn't that cool? So you can do so much cool stuff with just a little guitar. And in fact, I have an electric guitar that my friend made for me. He made it out of a cigar box. So you can make a guitar out of anything. And so I'll show that to you. But the question is, how do you get the sound to go through a computer? And I want to show you this if I can. There we go. This is called a codec. Okay. So the way a codec works is that the strings on the guitar vibrate, the magnets on this pick up the vibrations, they send them through the guitar, and then they go to the amp. But this thing is called a codec, and then that is a translator. So that takes the language from the magnets in the guitar, and it changes them into computer language. So computer language is like binary, zeros, ones, yes, no, on, off, right, wrong, black, white. And this little thing will translate this guitar vibration through the magnets into binary computer language. And that's how I get to play the peewee through the computer.
So I hope you love the Pee-wee as much as I do. I think this is such a cool, it's not even a toy, this beautiful instrument. And then I'm going to show you a little video now on how the electric guitar works. So I hope you enjoyed that.
The electric guitar, obviously a musical instrument. But why electric? Because it transforms the vibrations of the strings into electric current. And it's this current that's sent to the amplifier. To produce music, the electric guitar makes electricity. So how does it work? Here is the most important part of an electric guitar, the pickups. They're the ones that transform the strings' vibrations into electricity, so they can be sent to an amplifier for everyone to hear. But to understand it, let's take it apart. While the body of the guitar contributes to the look of the instrument, it doesn't contribute a whole lot to the sound. That's because it's solid, unlike an acoustic guitar which is hollow. The neck of the electric guitar is fixed to its solid body with 4 screws. Along the neck are frets. At the far end, the head, where the strings are wrapped around the tuning pegs. The strings are metal for a reason. Their magnetic properties interact with the pickups. And it's this magnetic interaction that creates the electric current that will be amplified to unleash the sound of the instrument. At the body end of the strings is the bridge and a metal lever. Attached to the bridge are 3 springs set into the back of the guitar. The lever is known as the Whammy Bar. It loosens or tightens the strings to create a tremolo effect. But that is nothing compared to the amazing performance of the pickups, turning mechanical vibrations into electricity. The pickups are basically 6 magnets wrapped with a very fine copper wire coil. The wire is thinner than a human hair and wound around the magnet 7,200 times. Uncoiled, it would stretch the length of around 8 football pitches. These knobs control volume and tone. And this is the pickup selector switch. The tone knob acts as a kind of filter. It works with a capacitor built into the circuit board. It gets rid of high frequencies, giving the guitar a warmer, fuller sound. But tone and volume mean nothing if you can't hear a thing. The pickups are key. They really pick up the strings' vibes so they can be amplified. All this using only a few magnets and a coil. The pickup's magnets produce a stable magnetic field. That is until the guitar is strummed and the vibrating metal strings disturb the field, inducing an electric current in the coil. The current fluctuates in keeping with the movement of the metal strings. So if you pluck the A string, it vibrates at 440 cycles a second, or 440 Hertz, and that will induce an electric current of the same frequency in the pickup. So what does the pickup selector switch do? Well, to get a particular sound, guitarists can choose one or a combination of pickups. The pickup closest to the bridge, where string tension is high, picks up high-frequency sounds. The pickup closer to the neck, where tension is less, registers more bass. But the electric guitar is nothing without an amp. In fact, the amplifier is considered part of the instrument. Unplugged, the 2-volt current from the string's vibrations won't get power cords to the back of the stadium. It needs a boost, first by a preamp and then by the amp itself. And the louder it gets, the more distortion. Guitar amps are built to enhance distortion. The incoming electric current overpowers the circuitry and brings out the buzz. It can be so loud, it can actually cause the strings on the guitar to vibrate, setting off screeching feedback. Now that is a buzz. Surprisingly, to produce music, the electric guitar makes electricity, thanks to the laws of electromagnetism.